Hey. Wow, look at this. 30th episode of this. That's just mind blowing. I didn't even think I'd get this far, but I am actually really enjoying doing this. And we're starting today off with this. Oh my god. Okay, John, read book. Be the wise guy. Henry Anderson, wise guy. From the street to the street. Okay. Mike Katie. I've heard that this is an actual book. Oh my god. An introduction. Who's this wise guy? Blood loss in the Big Easy. New Orleans, 1977. Close-up room at the Magic Castle was this mere little box that tended to fill with so much smoke you'd swear someone was cremating a wet dog in there. In walks Anderson. There isn't much that gets liquor to pause its journey from the table to my lips, but I'll be the bastard love child of a listless octoroon if that kid wasn't the cat that swallowed the canary in a dapper little hat. It looked like he was testing the tensile strength of his suspenders to damn near limit with a pair of cocky thumbs. I wasn't impressed, but I was a fool. Somehow, in my motion for another beverage, he'd already slipped into polite conversation at a table, held down by some notoriously brusque regulars. Or brusque. Is that brusque or brusque? He had them... He had them in no time flat. They were melting butter in his glass ramekins. Whatever tidy yarn he'd spun to win 'em over, I didn't catch a word of it. One of them laughed. I was angry. Envious? Maybe a little. Yeah, you bet I was. Anderson had one of those little wooden finger choppers that Mikey Hades used to sell. The kind where the blade could be removed to clearly shown. It was a very convincing little guillotine that did not look like a novelty store toy. Blah. Harry would get a guy to examine the chopper and then cut a cigarette in half. Then, whoa, okay. Then he held the guy's hand up and told the silly story. The story, of course, was artifice. A distraction for the guy in the audience while he worked his stuff with the chopper. Or would become that once his famous chopper trick was perfected, vaulting him into fame, fortune, and the crowning position in television judiciary. I didn't even know Night Watch was a thing. With what became his signature aplomb, Anderson was in moments a font of breast pocket gauze, profuse apology, and redoubling determination. It's really amazing how hard it is to find a bloody sausage-sized piece of a guy on the floor of a room that dark and smoky. Impossible. I think we all proved. Just as impossible as Blow Willie Buttermilk Stubbs was going to find it to work his trumpet tomorrow night without his twiddling fingers. Oh, obviously the agent there. Hell, you never really understood what Cavendi's relation to Anderson was, or why he wrote this book about it. His ambivalent attitude towards your favourite magician and these anecdotes always struck you as a little weird. And to be honest, you tend not to read much of the text in the book. You mostly like to look at the diagrams for all the cool tricks. A hole in the ace, aka the a-hole trick. Here is a perfect example of how Harry could ruin several decks of cards, waste everyone's valuable time, and have you love him for it. He was good at that. One day he noisily emptied his suit jacket pocket onto the hood of his car in search of change for the meter. A clunky metal thing slid from the pile and bounced on the sidewalk. As I retrieved it for him, I asked what he was doing with a hole puncher in his pocket. His face lit up at the question like he was an elf, and I asked him how he felt about climbing into the hollow of a big tree to bake some cookies or something. The 2-foot 6-inch height differential between us causes these comparisons to enter my mind. Okay, I'm guessing Mike Cavendish is really tall and Harry Anderson is really small. A small crowd had already gathered around even before he produced the first pack of unmolested cards. How people seem to gather, and how they even know a street performance is about to take place, I'll never know. It's perhaps Edison's greatest trick, luring the marks in like that. I wanted to ask if he was sure about this, performing in broad daylight. He was used to working in dark rooms. It was usually the first thing out of his mouth when he would queer a trick. I'm really more accustomed to working in a darker room than this. But Harry was excited, and had already butchered the first deck of cards with a hole puncher, and issued the first round of apologies to the crowd. These were like the primer apologies, the sort that got the folks loosened up a bit before the 7-course meal of ingratiation that would inevitably follow. He asked me for a fresh deck of cards, and I gave him one. The principle behind the trick in theory, as he explained to me later, was to poke holes in what appeared to be one card, but was in fact two or more together. Hence the difficulty he often had in squeezing the puncture with his little elfish hands. Then, using some coin manoeuvres with his thumb, temporarily concealing the hole while he slid the card beneath it with his palm, the hole would seem to disappear or move to another part of the card. Oh yeah, that's right, the old hole in the ace trick. Interestingly enough, pertaining to punching holes in cards and making them disappear and stuff. Your hands were never really strong enough to make this one work that well either. But actually, this gives you an idea. Oh, John, have all the ideas. You overlap two of the punch cards. They mask each other's hole pattern. John, put both cards in totem leg. You carve another totem using the new combined hole pattern. John, take it to the Archimedes. What is Rose been doing with those hammers? Oh, she obviously thinks that John's gonna just keep on losing them or something. Yo, man, it looks like Rose made him like 1,000,000 hammers for some reason. Get all this shit out of the way. You're about to make something sweet. For 10 Bill Grist and 16... what's that again? I mean, you got the pogo hammer. John, practice with the new weapon. Boing, 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 boing. Yeah, I'd look worried too. It's like he's having a conniption fit or something. What did you do? I combined the cards in the lathe thing. You made this. It is so sweet, man. Look at me go. I see. That was a really good idea, John. Nice work. Thanks. I got the idea from Harry Anderson. Who? You know the show Night Court? No. Oh, well, bottom line is, he's awesome. That's really all there is to say on the matter. John, attack the nearest imp to test Pogo Hammer's strength. Boing, 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 boing. You get a vicious rhythmic bouncing combo going and easily slay the imp in one blow. You and the Pogo Rider catapulted sky high in the process. No. That's like the third or fourth one? Fourth one, I think. That's 4 arms. Man, the arms are everywhere. The ladder in the tree knocked away an imp. Sweet catch. Oh god, it's something else. Those tiny stairs. I think Rose should get rid of them. They're a health hazard. And there's another one. Rose pestered John. Hey, that was pretty nice sweet catch. Save. Oh yeah, that. This is pretty comfy. Why don't you just like carry the bed around with me on it? To the gate up there. I can't interact with you directly, or anything that you were touching, if it will result in moving you. See? Oh. Lame. The game probably regards that as a kind of cheating. In a way, thieving you of your free will in as an adventurer, and the need to advance by your own skill and ingenuity. The servant player is just a facilitator. Well, okay. Well, that's going around kind of wore me out. I think I'm going to rest here for a bit. Rose, can you keep the imps at bay? Like, drop some stuff on them if they sneak too close? No. You should pick up your hammer and defend yourself. Oh, what? Come on! I have no idea what the hell Dave is up to. Or if he's any closer to recovering the gate. There's some stuff I'd like to try in case he doesn't come through. Alright. I'm just going to rest my eyes here a second though. John, sleep. Rose, check alchemy excursus. Looks like a sort of index documenting all known results for punch card alchemy combinations. This could be a convenient resource as you start to stumble on more useful card combinations. But ever since John started punching cards, you've been contemplating other ways his item manufacturing system could be put to use. In particular, if you obtain the code for any item at your disposal, you think you could theoretically send the code to John and he could make it himself. That is, if you can think of anything that would be worth sending to him. Rose, capture log spurb service CD. Good idea. It's practically on fire now. You eject the disk and capture log the server CD. Rose, message John the capture code. Wow, okay, I've caught up to the orange, purple. Oh, there is no number on it. Slap. Oh, god damn it. Rose just lost power. Face palm times 2 combo. John, wake up. I really like this. There was a pumpkin in that very fast flashing thing with the patterns at the end there. And we see the elusive GG.